Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. Pardon me while I get my pillow situated here. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette. For those of you that are new here, I'm a professional intuitive empath, and it is so good to share some energy with you today. All right, let's see. Who's going to drive me crazy? There we go. So much better. All right. Now, what's so funny is I intended to record this and have it be a pre-record because I haven't done pre-records in a while, but we are going to be getting back to the good old pre-recorded life. So that is coming. We will still be doing some lives, but what I wanted to do was share with you some of the downloads that I got about the strawberry moon that we are right now about to enter into, and give you a little bit of information. And I want to lead off with what matters, which is the first two cards I pulled for you. You're very close to achieving your goal, which this is a gibbous moon, very different, but you're very close to achieving your goal. Now you guys can't see it. I'm going to see if I can hold it up for you so you can get kind of like a glimpse. I'm literally donned in strawberries for you guys, okay? So we have a full strawberry moment here, earrings and everything, so that we can get into the strawberry mood. It's the old teacher in me. I don't mind a fully themed situation, even a strawberry sweater, for those of you that can see. So we are going to get into this. Let's see here. See if we can go down just a little bit. Okay, we're going to get into this, okay? All right, so what I have done is I was guided to do some runes. So we are going to be reading some runes tonight as well. All right, I have 4 runes here for us. That felt very balanced. And we have the Moonology cards as well. So let's first talk about the sweet energy of the strawberry moon and what it portends for you as we move through the next 6 months. So this is going to be energy that is going with us from June 1st until December 31st. So it's strawberry season. So if you are watching this video, the universe meant and intended for you to see this today. You have had enough lessons and have entered into a season of harvest. The next 7 months will shift your entire life. Karma will be fully restored and cleared. Destined meetings will happen. Your career will shift. Money will come. True love will find you. Let's read that again. You've had enough lessons if you're watching this, okay? And have entered into a season of harvest. I love this for us so much. The next 7 months will shift your entire life. Karma will be fully restored. Or if you created positive dharma as you went through some of these lessons, that's going to be fully restored. As well as getting into destined meetings, and that will happen in your life, and your career will shift. Money will come, and true love will find you. And I'm hearing, and dance by the light of the moon. Let's see, there's some other information about the strawberry moon. I pulled up a few different things. Hi to whoever just popped in. So good to share some energy with you. We're going over the strawberry moon predictions, what it's going to portend for you, what it means, and why it matters. Okay? So, let's see here. It will be, we're going to be experiencing a full strawberry moon on June 14th. And it's the second of our back-to-back super moons, and it comes just before the week of the northern hemisphere. Um, and so this is really an energy that's incredible. So what this moon is going to allow and what it's going to work on is it allows room for luck and prosperity, making perfect time to manifest. It's the perfect time to manifest your greatest desires. I love that, luck and prosperity. And what I love about this is it symbolizes the start of spring, the sweetness of life, purity and love. The deeper meaning also revolves around themes of passion, forbidden temptation, and sensuality. I love that for us too, guys. Let me hydrate, you know what it is. So funny. Best sister-in-law ever, but one of my sister-in-law sent me this cup. You guys see the dolphins on there? Dolphins are about passion. They're about playfulness, but they're about passion too. So there's definitely some sexy time coming here for you. It says born to be a mermaid for me, because my sis knows me. But this is really great news for you guys, Let's get a little bit more in depth into the strawberry moon. And dance by the light of the moon. All right. So, the first thing to know about the strawberry moon is it's not going to be a pink or hued color that's anything that you can recognize, like the blood moon that actually was a color because of the eclipse and the rays and the projections in the sun, guys, all the scientific words. That was done that way specifically for a reason. We experienced it that way for a reason. This will just look like a regular golden moon. And I was looking up some articles and some astronomers are talking about that, so I just wanted to validate it. But really, what it symbolized was that it was strawberry season, and this was for a North American native tribe. I want to say their names correctly. I did take notes. Ba, 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 ba. It's the Alaguin tribes of North America. So it was the start of strawberry picking for them. So no, it's not going to appear large, red, or pink. It will be large and beautiful, and it will be picturesque. Moonrise is going to be the best time to kind of soak this in, or take your crystals outside. You guys can't see it here, before my desk. A very beautifully organized. It's my crystal garden, all in one and all magical. And so this is energy where I would take, and I have my crystals all in various trays so I can easily take them outside to do moon rays, washing, and all the rest of it. Take advantage of that. And one of the names that I thought, so this is a scientific article from NPR, but what I thought was really interesting was that the one of the alternate names for it was the honeymoon. And so that's why I wanted to come on here, which is so funny because literally retreat is a card. I pulled the romance angels because my angels guided me to like what cards to use tonight to do the reading. So for some of us, this is going to be about romance or resparking romance in your life or whatever that looks like for you. Okay. So it goes by many other names, but the thing that we're going to focus on is the honeymoon. And also, we're going to be focusing on the fact that it is dealing with these new phases in our life where things are sweet. The thing that little throat chakra hit, things have not been sweet for a long time for a lot of us. We have gone through a lot of karmic lessons. We have had a lot of ups and downs. We have had a lot of projections of people not really rooting for us, liking us, or wanting us to win. I have someone that's not wanting me to win right now. Oh, he does want me to win. That sound that you heard in the background, tissues being brought to me because that's a thing for me. Who knew? You get older. I use tissues like you would not believe, guys. It's crazy. Thank you. Thank you. So, so thank you. What I will tell you is that that's over. So you guys have heard me on here talk a lot about that. We've been dealing with spiritual warfare. We've been dealing with how that affects us. We've been dealing with people's energies, the ups and downs, the yes and no, if it's stunting our growth, all of that stuff. And the truth of the matter is that that's over for us now. We have done a lot of the work. You cannot always be in spiritual warfare. There is a season. What do they say? For every season, turn. There is a season for that, but that season is over. So for the next 7 months, sit back, lay back, kick it, and enjoy the ride of the strawberry moon, which will now reside and bring beautiful energy like honeymoon, like happiness, like getting back into your sexual prowess and pleasure, like career trajectories and ascensions, if that's what you're working on. If you have started a new channel, or if you have started a new TikTok, or if you've done any of these social media reach outs or connections, this is a season where that's going to take off for you, where you're going to find your niche and you're going to find your right grouping. You're going to find the people that are fascinated with watching you, that are really interested in your commentary, or like whatever it is that your content is that you're pumping out. So everything that you may have been working for quietly comes about at this time. Let's talk about some of the major themes. When we started, you are very close to achieving your goal. So a time of harvest is here. And then the next one is your dreams need a practical plan, which is full moon in Taurus. What I want you to know is that the reason that you've arrived to this place where harvest is about to happen and you are all aglow is because you did put practical plans in place to your dreams. You didn't just say, I think I want this thing. I hope I can have this thing. I hope this thing is for me. You said, how do I move forward in my journey to achieve exactly what I want to be my reality. And that is what you need to know. Let's get started with our runes. So we have several runes here. The first rune is Rythru, which is associated with Thor's chariot. And so this is this letter R. And so I'm using amethyst. The runes, I have several sets of runes, some that are wood, which I really enjoy. Let me see if I can pull those out for you, my wooden runes. I have some of these in my little rune bag. But the ones that I recommend if you are using runes to definitely get stone crystals, and I gravitated towards amethyst. And that's because of the crown chakra. Okay, there are the color purple, but the crown chakra. So we'll pull one more rune out here for you just to see. Maybe there's a couple of messages. I guess so. So we'll look these up for you too to see what's coming in for you. So here's this one. And I will find my rune cards. And here's this one. So runes come in all different shapes, sizes, and materials. Find out which ones work best for you, and then gravitate towards those. I'm going to find the correspondence for these, and we will get started. So as I'm doing that, let's take a look at Rythru. This is about a journey, a quest, being at crossroads. This is about movement. This is about inner exploration and reunion, okay? This is about, excuse me, seeking direction. This is about a blessed journey. This is about creating movement. This is about reuniting or reconnecting. The key phrases with this are a journey or a vacation, a spiritual quest, moving towards your destination, a crossroads or decision point. So what I love about this is not us in spiritual battle. This is us making decisions about the next step that we're going to take in life in whatever capacity. Now, what I remember I said, we are in a season of harvest. So with this coming through, what we want to know, or what we do know about it, let me see if I have the right one. What we do know about it is that it means that it's getting us ready to not just move, but honeymoon. It's funny because a blessed journey comes up here. I know that I have things coming up that I have to do, and I know that even though it's not for me specifically, it definitely, I will be ushering in honeymoons for other people, as that's part of a service that I offer. So for you, let's take a look and see what's coming up. Guys, I'm getting such an activation here, crown chakra, so pardon me as I deal with my barrette. Oh my God, you can't make this up. The chariot comes out. So this rune, Rythru, deals specifically with movement, okay? And so you are seeking direction, and I'm going to turn it over so that you can see, quite literally, it says Thor's chariot there. Can you zoom in there? In the parentheses, it says Thor's chariot right next to the theme. So you are actually moving. So moving houses is a thing that will come up for you. This is also vacationing that comes up for you. Let's clarify what the movement is going to be and in what direction do they need to know. This is going to be collaborations in business with the Three of Pentacles. So they want you to be aware that it is time for you to be in partnerships that are actually going to be collaborative and work for you in a positive way. And this means that if you've been receiving pushback from people, or if you've been receiving resistance from people, that is going away. That is no longer what is going to be your portion. Excuse me. Let's move on. And with Rythru, the next rune that I pulled, wow, interesting. Movement is happening. You see? Literally movement is happening. Let me see if I can pick this up. Movement is happening. Things are moving. Okay. And things that want to cooperate. That's over. We predicted that's over. Things will be cooperating. So Rythru was our first rune. This is the next rune that I pulled, and I pulled it upside down. So we're going to talk about that because this is the only cautionary rune that I had come out. And the rune here is Laguz. And so this came out upside down. Right side up would be like the letter L, if you could see that. So dried up, moving against the current, drowning, swept away, ignoring intuition. So this is a caution for you here. So what this means is that it's time to come out of hermit mode. So I have videos up here about the benefits of hermit mode. It is a real thing. It is a real thing that you can get benefits from. And it is something that you go through when you go through a dark night of the soul. You will retreat and retract your energy in order to kind of build yourself back up. But that is over for you. When we make this a positive energy, we're dealing with the flow of water, our intuition, cleansing, life movement, developing intuition. And I think the reason that they're saying it's dried up, which is kind of positive, is that you've learned the lessons. It's how we start. That's very much what the strawberry moon is about, having already learned the lessons and you're ready for harvest. So there's nothing else to extract. That's how I would interpret this. Actually, it's quite positive. There's nothing else to extract. You saved yourself from being swept away and drowning. You saved yourself from ignoring your intuition. I know that because at the bottom of the deck I'm looking at the Ace of Swords, which is Geminian energy, Mercurial energy, Libra, Aquarius energy, but it's about communication, and it's communication that is clear. You now know the answers to anything that may have plagued you. You understand why you were told to disappear, to ghost, to go away. You are fully aware of the lessons that were at play in your last cycle, and you have sucked the marrow from the bones. They're showing me a plate of ossobuco. You have sucked the marrow, and the Sopranos. So maybe there were some hard lessons. Maybe some people are sleeping with the fishes. Maybe some people did not get all of their wishes. Maybe some people thought that they were part of the gang and they are no longer part of that, and now they're finding their own land. I'm hearing the Badlands. I'm hearing, what is that place? The Pine Barrens. Anyway, I have a video up here about the Pine Barrens, so that may be relevant. So anyway, you may have been in your own Pine Barrens. It's a very cold, isolated place. It's a reserve. Anyway, if you watch The Sopranos, you know exactly what it is. But they're saying you've taken all of the lessons that you can get from the situation. There's nothing else to extract from it. So that's why this is reversed. It's actually positive. So Leguz is setting you free. Leguz, Lego, because there is nothing else to know about your situation. Now, I hear some of you guys, but wait, I didn't get an apology, but wait, I didn't get affirmation, but wait, I didn't talk to that person, but wait, I didn't, hear, whatever I wanted to hear, or I didn't get whatever you were expecting. They said you've already figured it out. There's nothing else. So in a sense, a lot of you guys are being set free from needing to be attached to the past in any capacity, because your angel said you did the work with us. And I know that because the Hermit card here is representative of Virgo, and Virgo is a consummate student, but Virgo also builds all of our structures and institutions. So if you're at a hospital, that's Virgoian energy. If you're at a library, that's Virgoian energy. The municipalities of your city is Virgoian energy. The temples, the churches, the structures, and the edifices are created by the energy of Virgo. So they're saying I'm hearing, oh, tell me, why do we build castles in the sky? Whatever castle is in the sky, literally, and I think it's quite telling here, because this person is floating. They're levitating. Yes, they're sitting on the edge of the cliff. But what I will tell you about this is that they have achieved, and this is you. You have achieved a level of transcendence. Okay, you have achieved a level of transcendence by not deciding to stay anchored, which is interesting because Virgo is an earth sign. So you very easily could have been in the quagmire forever and ever and ever. But you chose to rise above that and to move on to different endeavors. They said there's nothing else left to discover, Virgo. Because Virgos will literally pick a thing to death. And I'm no offense, Virgo, if you're watching. I have it heavily in my chart. I know this part. I know it well and intimately, okay? So that's what they want you to understand. You have picked that and you've set it free. The next room that we have for you today is Iwas, which is representative of movement with the letter M. I'm partial to a good old letter M. Iwas. And so this is about the horse specifically. So travel, again, another nod to this chariot. So travel's highly aspected for you. A lot of you guys in your season of spiritual warfare could not ascend to set yourself free in order to do the traveling. You were actually anchored by the earth, and anchored by your circumstances, and anchored by so much that was out of your hands, right? They said that's over. This is a season of sweetness and go, go, go. And that's what they want you to know. So, excuse me, travel, journey, trust, ally, transportation. The magical workings of this are shamanic journeys. So this is for those of you guys who are going to be going to ayahuasca trips, or going out of the country or in the country but doing ayahuasca trips. This is where we're talking about your shadow side and understanding the benefit of it, moving ahead, mindful progress, building harmony, intentional forward movement, balance between the rider and the mount, travel between physical and spiritual realms, a trusted ally and steed. This is fantastic. Now, I love this metaphor here in the card because what we know about the chariot is that these two beasts of burdens, each weighing 1,200 plus pounds, depending, right? These horses, these mares, these manes, these stallions, depending, right? It's so fascinating to me because this is an allegory about the dark and the light, quite literally. But beyond that, they are controlled by a rider, usually a jockey who's quite small, and you think, how does it control this incredible beast? It does it with a flick of the wrist. And that is in the strawberry moon a reminder about how we manifest, okay? We think that we have to put this great Herculean effort into turning something left or right. And they said, you turn it left or right in the quiet of the night. You turn it in your dreams. You turn it with the things you think. You turn it with the way that you create. You turn it with your energy. You turn it with a flick of your wrist. Quite literally, you script, you write, okay? Someone else had asked me, and I have my bookshelf here in front of me. Let's see here. What is it? Transform Your Life Through Handwriting. So that is the book that I was talking about, and I'm going to do a separate lesson on that. It's time to talk about that and teach about that because scripting is so important, and I thought that this was very helpful for me as I was changing the trajectory of my life about 5 or 6 years ago. So it took a while for it to really set in, but I could tell when I was working on it actively, it was very beneficial. It's a specific style of writing. I'm not just talking about our daily scripting or manifesting or our gratitude notes. This is very, very specific, and it's kind of like counterintuitive, but it's really interesting. So I'll teach a full class on that. In any case, back to your movement. It is time to book a trip. Book a trip sight unseen. Book a place to a place that you want to be. Book a trip with a friend. Book a trip by yourself, solo energy. Book a trip, and you're going to do that. The other thing here is this is from a twin flamers, you had someone that loved to live in the dark, and you may have been the light. So they said they're bringing in someone for you that's right. Because one of the things here that this rune deals with is a trusted ally or steed. So you now have somebody who is going to actually understand perceptibly your needs emotionally, who's actually going to be a good partner for you, who's actually going to show up for you and love you in the way that the other partner was so inept and incapable of doing. Another thing to work on here as we move, because when we're harvesting, we are filling our baskets up. We don't have time to have the old root balls of last year and the old muck of last year and the old worn out husk of strawberry hulls that were gone by and eaten and devoured to carry with us. You would not have room for your fresh fruit. So that's why this is so important, because what you have done is you have healed to some degree so much of that past energy. So they're saying release it. And for some of you, I'm just getting the download, bury. So if you need to bury your past symbolically, and I mean like a talisman, something that was given, something that meant something between you and that past person, especially if you didn't get closure in the way that you quote unquote thought it should be. And I have videos up here about closure, guys. Closure is when you set yourself free. The best closure comes when you never have to be in that person's energy again. I wouldn't desire that for myself or wish it on anybody else. I find that my clients that heal the best do it when they find the answers within themselves, because that means you're truly on your spiritual ascension and spiritual journey. This is you, the levitating yogi, energetically, okay? So actually, kind of, I take it as a badge of honor that I found the answers in me. There was nothing I had to ask that person for clarity about. But what I'm telling you is once you find the answers, don't take those old root balls with you into the future. That's what the strawberry moon's about. It's harvest. You want to fill your basket up. And so they're sending in someone who's going to fill up your cup. Someone who fills up your cup, someone who is telepathically aligned, someone who's a good friend, whatever you need to find. Maybe it's a lover for some of you, okay? Maybe that's what you've been calling in. Someone who's loving and caresses you and really gets you and does all the things, right? Whatever it is that you have found the deficit in the last few years is coming in spades to dry your tears in the best way. So, but travel will be highly aspected. So you will travel with this person, and or you will be traveling by yourself. There will be a real wanderlust that develops in you to go out and explore the world. All right, let's clarify that. Stop overthinking it, guys. Start making baby steps with this. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Hangman. You're coming out of a time of stagnancy, specifically with the Hangman. And again, there is similarities here to the Virgoian energy of the Hermit. With the Hangman, you see that there's a halo at the bottom. of the head. And with the hermit, there's a halo emitting from the chest, the heart space. This was healing. The story of the hangman is really interesting to me because what it does is this. I describe it to people going to dive for pearls. And so free divers often dive for pearls. They do it without any equipment because they're slipping into crags and rocky places where bulky diving equipment and air apparatuses and scuba gear could not fit in there. And so what they have to do is they have to learn and teach themselves how to hold their breath. And they do that through lots of practice and lots of adversity, lots of trial, and error, so that they can free dive. It's a thing, look it up. And that's how they, a lot, unless they're farmed pearls, like people that were originally really gathering pearls were free diving for them organically. And so the thing about it is you hold your breath as you slip through that icy water into darkness, around animals that are bigger than you'll ever be, around things that you cannot see, around the things that go bump in the night, around the things that cause you a fright, and you do it to extract a treasure. You are deprived of oxygen and light in order to come up with something that's so bright and so great and so worth its value that you would do it again, and you do it so well that you would train you how to hold your breath longer to descend further. You get it? That's the beautiful story of the hangman. Biblically, the hangman is about saying, I am not like the Christ, so I can't be hung upright like him. This is where the word martyr comes in. So the people that were hung said, I am not like the Christ, so hang me upside down. So even though they didn't want to die, they had some part in their death. And I want you to full circle this. Whatever trial or tribulation you went through, whatever spiritual journey, test, or spiritual warfare you went through, to some degree, you submitted to it. Not that you were martyring yourself, but you agreed with the universe. Test me. Test me. You may not have thought that, but I want you to look back and see. Now, here is the promise of any test. It is enlightenment, wisdom, and getting out of infamy and getting into the synergy of the universe. The halo around the head is about wisdom. Sometimes we can only learn through trial and error. We can only learn through diving into those deep, cold waters, being deprived of all of our senses, and having to figure out our fight or our flight. You don't think that those divers at first freak out and want to come right back up to the top? Something else I know from growing up in the Keys is that there's a thing called the bends. And this is where you ascend too quickly and oxygen gets dispersed funny in your brain. And some people have to go to hyperbaric chambers to regulate. Some people are never the same. Some people pass away. It's a very real thing. So even if you are freaking out, you still have to remain calm as you ascend. So there are so many spiritual lessons that I'm picking out here for you, and you were doing all of these, but now you come back with that halo of knowledge. The things that you've learned in your spiritual battle as you move into your season of harvest are invaluable. They could not have been taught to you. They could not have been gifted to you. The betrayals that you suffer from whomever your Judases were designed and actually assigned to you to get you to a higher learning. This was going in for your doctorate. A lot of you guys just got a spiritual doctorate. Okay, but it costs something. Ask any med student. I was watching reruns of for some reason, I don't know, I'm sure it's going to come into the lesson, Grey's Anatomy, where the shooting happened at the hospital. And probably because that's been on a lot of our minds lately as things have ramped up and gotten really crazy. And I was watching that, and I was thinking about what we sacrifice and how in a blink of an eye our life can change. And I was thinking about those doctors that were in those high stress situations. And yes, it's just a show, but many of us know doctors that are doing this in real life, that are first responders that save our lives. And they deprive themselves in residency. And it's hell and it's grueling, and then they're training and everything's horrible, and then one day they have this ability that's second nature, that's ingrained into their muscle memory, where they can save a life under duress and pressure. And all the things that they thought may or may not matter, and all the things that they thought were just there to torture them, end up setting them free. And that's a knowledge that is not to be stripped ever from thee. When you earn that, there's a sacrifice to ascension. There's a sacrifice to get your doctorate. It costs you time and money and sweat and tears and sleep deprivation. When you went through the spiritual battle that you went through, the same is true. You were challenged so that you could actually know you, and that you could actually know how to connect with a higher source and power, which is always communicating with you, with your angels, with your ancestors, with whatever higher source you believe in and ascribe to. This was gifted to you, that suffering. And they said, now it's time to move. Okay? Let's clarify that one last time. Yeah, you're going to get out of your head. I'm really happy for you guys here. Anxiety is no longer your portion. A lot of you guys spent the last 8 to 9 months in this energy, okay? That's over. You are free. And I know that because of the white dove that's coming in to literally disperse this energetic field. Sometimes you can't see your way out. And I think that that's what you needed to know. It's time to move from this, from the sleepless nights, from the Nine of Swords, from the anxiety, from not feeling good enough about yourself, from not feeling like you have the answers, from asking why me. I'm hearing a lot of why me. Well, why you? Because you're chosen. There are a lot of videos here on YouTube about being a chosen one, and it sounds really glamorous until you understand the assignment. It's never as glamorous as you think. It's never as glamorous as you see, okay? It is a lot of work, and it's a lot of being on bended knee, and it's a lot of tearful nights, and it's a lot of dark nights, and it's a lot of asking, why me? Not so magical. I love this for us. We have a master number here, 22, with the next root in goose. This is about fertility. In goose, which is about fertility. I love this because it looks like a candy wrapper, a nice little sweet treat. It looks like candy on its side. Oh, where did it go? All right. Potency. These are the key words. The theme is fertility. Keywords: potency, masculinity, life force, father, God, climax, procreation, the magical workings, fertility rites, new beginnings, charging with male energy. So I love that, charging with male energy, building creativity, the seed ready to be planted. Isn't that interesting as we are in a time of harvest, okay? The seed ready to be planted, masculine creative energy, life bursting forth, impregnation and gestation leading to birth. So that would be definitely harvest, a birth, right? Build up and release of positive energy, climax of one phase before continuing physical or symbolic procreation or starting something new. I love this for us because you guys know here I talk a lot about our sexual energy. And so that's something a lot of us are going to be returning to. Clarify this. And this is a very powerful card in Goose. So let's clarify this. And it's funny because at the bottom of the deck I saw the King of Wands. Excellent. Now this is in career too. Fantastic. Fantastic energy. Now the King of Wands showed up at the bottom of the deck. Oh, and the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are, so there are people that are both falling in love with their business and falling in love with themselves. There are people that are falling in love with you. And there is a lot of good juju you have and that you're going to put towards, work. Organization is another thing that's so amazing. As I'm getting ready to do this reading for you, you know, I started to get ready and I realized I pulled a bunch more cards than I thought I was going to, but I was able to, at my hand, reach for a tool that I need. Organization matters greatly for a lot of you guys here. And I know that because one of the cards that came up as we began the reading was, during the strawberry moon phase, your dreams need a practical plan. All right? So I was able to quickly grab my tool here, my handy dandy tool, because I have practically planned for this moment. For me to need to know where to get my tool when it was ready. So look at these gorgeous cards here, guys. We have the Sun, which is Leo energy, King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. We have the Eight of Pentacles, Virgoian energy as well. That's mastery here for career. We have Leo energy, which is Strength card, and then the Ace of Cups. I love this for you. I don't care if you're a Leo or not. If you're a Leo, even more so. Cheers, my loves. Cheers, cheers, cheers. My God, how do you earn this? And I'm going to give you this last one because what's here is the High Priestess. This is specifically what's happened regarding what I was talking about as the Hangman has garnered you this incredible level of ascension and understanding. So let's talk about what this means. Let you get one more juicy look at that. How beautiful. Wow. There's a couple of different things happening here. So many things. So one of the things, I'm going to read this like a book. So one of the things that's happening here, let's talk about career. For those of us that are not about love, your career is literally skyrocketing. I'm hearing skyrockets in flight, afternoon delight. Yeah, some of you guys are definitely going to be having sex again, or sex, or sex, or sex. I'm hearing a lot of that. But I don't feel like it's frivolous. This feels like connection. This feels like you're actually with a partner that you find valuable or who finds you valuable, someone who's seasoned. Yeah, you're awakening that Kundalini energy again. I have a sacral chakra tuning bowl. I can't wait to share with you. The color is orange, and we're going to get nice and juicy. You know how Meg had a hot girl summer that got her partisan Fontaine? Did you see that video about Party throwing her around like a rag doll, Miss Meg the Stallion? We all want a little bit of that in our life. Yo, who am I speaking with? Ruin DeRay. Hey, 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 how are you? So good for you to join me. So happy that you're here. All right, so we have love coming in for sure. But what I see is that some of you guys are going to be falling in love with your career. There is going to be this massive amount of energy that you're going to infuse into your career during the strawberry moon season. So this is over the next 7 months, from June 1st until December 31st, guys. We're in this energy, the thrall of this energy. So you are going to be just in love. A nice burst like vitamin D, E for D for sure, happening over the summer. Now, vitamin D is about the sun as well, with the sun cards here. And especially because Leo rules the fifth house, which is about creativity, which is about fun and romances. Flirty, fun and flirty is what I was going to say. It's about children. So a lot of you guys, if you're interested in pregnancy, it's going to happen for you. If you're not, this could be the birth of a business for you, or the birth of an idea that takes off for you in the strawberry moon season. The other thing to know is that your heart is open and it is ready to just like begin. And they're showing me my sacral chakra bell again, organization. So important for my own sanity. It's something I've learned over the years, because I think we all have moments when we're not. I certainly do too. But this sacral chakra tuning is, oh my God, I can't believe that. It is literally tuned for D. For it's tuned in D. My angels are so funny. They drew my eye to it. I have it right here on my desk, ready for this moment. So let's get our sexual juju energy together. I do not know where my sacral isn't that fighting organization. We are packing and unpacking, so a lot of things are happening. So let's take a look. I promise you guys, I will grab my bowl. I don't want to get up and get it now, but I will definitely get my bowl and we'll give it a ring, okay, at another time, or maybe in this one. And just soak that in. I was just guided to do that with you because we are getting back to our sexual juju. Now, even if you're not using this for sex, you will be using it for career and business, because career and business is moving in masculine energy. Yes, fertility as women, we incubate a thing, an idea, we nurture it. But when we're in that go-getter stage, that is masculine energy every day, all day, okay? One more time. I like the rule of three. That was a good one. Let's get our vibration in alignment with good sacral chakra energy. This is about our self-esteem. This is about our creativity. This is ruled by the fifth house, which is Leo. Good, juicy energy for reconnecting, fantastic sex. Not just fantastic sex, fantastic ideas regarding your career and what's next, regarding your trajectory. Are some of you guys manifesting houses, lodging, homes, moving, all of that stuff? Think about what you're pulling in for you. One more. Yes, angels. I love when they do it. It's time. So anybody that's under the sound of that bell, that high-pitched sweet sound in the letter D, come on, I can't make it up. This is not just for you. Oh, my angels say it's for me. Yeah, thank you, angels. As a practitioner, I'm always working. I want to bring you guys the best, but it's always good to stop. And if you're a practitioner, this is a message for you too, to take care of yourself. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. So this is falling into love, falling into great sex, falling into great business, and being great at it. I once saw a clip from Jim Carrey where he was talking about his sexual energy, and I think it was an interview with Oprah, and she was like, "Do you think you're good in bed?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm absolutely good in bed, and I pride myself on that." Jim Carrey is an Aquarius. But he said, I pride myself on being good in bed. He dated Jenna McCarthy at the time. She was attesting to that being, in fact, true. Now, the funny thing about being good in bed is that all that is relative to who you're loving and who loves you. Does that make sense? I think we all can reflect on lovers that we've had that were phenomenal for whatever reasons, or that were subpar for whatever reasons, right? This is about you getting into a vibration where you are presenting yourself as the best, and you will be perceived as such. But it doesn't hurt to work on your skill sets, whatever that may be. We'll talk about that in another video. Now, for those of you that are dealing with business, my God, The next couple years for you are going to be blessed. Specifically, though, you're going to see just an enormous amount of growth as you move into this next 7 months, okay? You're loving your career. People love you. They like working with you. Your reputation is good. Money, with the King of Pentacles here, is coming in. You're making the right moves. You have a planner. You have advisors. You understand about your IRA, you're taking care of the business side, taxes, and all the things in that degree too. So this is fantastic for you. So that is the rune, and it's 22. I love that as well. The rune definition here is 22. You guys see that number? That's a master number when we're looking at numerology. And 22 specifically has to do with this year that we're in, 22, and it has to do with partnerships. So if you are not in partnership, I want you to get out your little pens, my loves, and I want you to script it, because you have the ability to create the kind of partnership that is ideal for you. You have the ability to call in whatever washes over you and makes you feel seen, heard, and loved. This much is true. If your partnership currently is experiencing stagnancy, you have the ability to reconnect with that partner. If you need to leave the partner you're with because it's time to find that partner that's right for you in this calendar year, you can do both of those things, both leave and create anew. If you are wanting your partner to be your business or your new baby boo, meaning an actual child, this is a time where you can gravitate that and manifest for you. For some of my clients that I work with that are doing fertility treatments, this is your year. Believe it as such and bring it near. For my clients that are working on adoption, this is the season. It is the time. You are ready and you are blessed by the divine. That spread is so gorgeous. All right. So we had those 4 runes, and then I pulled 2 more of the wooden ones, and I didn't even look to see what they were. So let's see. We have So We Lo, which is wholeness. So that is this one right here. So We Lo, which is wholeness. So We Lo, which is wholeness. So the energy of this is empowerment, energy, well-being, life force, victory. Guiding light, magical workings are achieving success, increasing your spiritual will, achieving success. What did I just say? Fantastic success in business. You want to be better sexually, that's going to happen. You want to be better healthy wise, that's happening for you. Anything you put any energy into, you're going to be manifesting it in spades. A celebration of life. Well, what would be a celebration of life? A new child, amen, and blessings to the new mothers and fathers. Health and abundance. I can't make this up. Open yourself to the power. Sunshine on your path, all is well. Enjoy life, dancing in the light, bask in the warmth of the sun. And what did we just have? But nothing but a bunch of cards related to the sun. We literally just had every card that could be with the sun, actually the sun coming out. So yes, you need to be outside to get your vitamin D, which is a vitamin that we derive from the sun. But you also, and also sexual energy changes your life. Regular sex and orgasms actually shift your mind and are for you essentially fantastic source access to dopamine and oxytocin. So it enhances your mood as well. Y'all need to have sex, okay? That's real. All right. Safe sex. Safe sex with yourself if you're not having with anybody else. But then if you would like to call it in with that 22 on that last rune, you definitely can call it in with a partner that's right for you, okay? That's safe for you, that's healthy for you, and that loves you. The gods are smiling on you. The season of growth. Energy is at a maximum strength. So let's clarify that. I love this for you. Whoop. Did I lose a card? Oh, we are oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, yeah. I love this so much. This is fantastic. So what we have here is you coming out of a season of rest. And because of that, you are balanced and you are emotionally available for yourself. And you have the world at your hands. They said the world is your oyster. What they're showing me here is the 7 of Cups. So we have 2 moments of scorpionic energy. And I think this is wonderful because what I'm hearing, I'm not Amber Heard snorting coke on the stand, right? What I'm hearing is enough is enough. And so I love this. The 4 of Wands is coming out here upside down. Can you guys see that? And that's her in that little nest in a cocoon. These, excuse me, the 4 of Swords. Oh, the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands, that was Freudian. The 4 of Wands is about a marriage, a happy marriage, being in a partnership with someone that you actually love, being in a business that actually feels right for you. That's what the 4 of Wands is about. So, I said it's upside down. Am I going to read on my own words? Yes, I am. They said to pull that. I said that was for a reason. Why is the Four of Wands upside down? Okay, so what you did in your last season is some of you came out of a relationship where someone was being manipulative or duplicitous, or you identified with the Five of Swords here that someone was being emotionally manipulative and duplicitous, and so you actually were ending relationships, or you had seasons where you ended relationships, and they said that that is exactly why you're in the Four of Swords. I get it, in a sense of recovery. Five to the four, okay, so four to the five. So you are in a place of recovery now. So right side up, she's literally sewing her heart back together. This reminds me of that song, Collecting Your Jar of Hearts, right? So she's sewing her heart back together. And they said your season of rest is over. Now, what's also beautiful is that you've gotten back in touch with your intuition. With the Queen of Cups here, I love a queen. I love a queen moment. You are back into your intuition. You've surrendered. You are wishing on a star. I love this card here. This is Aquarian energy. This is actually the star. The star card here adds up to 8. Also a nod to August. It's also the opposite sign of Leo. The star is Aquarius energy. And then the Seven of Cups, which is multiple choices. This is not a malevolent Seven of Cups. This is not too many choices that you don't know what to do with. This is Scorpionic energy. Enough is enough. So Scorpionic energy is about death and endings, transformations, and rebirth. So you have put to bed whatever was in the past that was hurting you, and now the world is your oyster. Let's clarify what options are coming through for the Seven of Cups. Well, what they're guaranteeing you. Girl, some of y'all get some love offers, some romantic picnics, the Knight of Cups coming through. Love to see it. I saw this for you too. Independence here financially. A lot of you guys are going to really have success with your careers. I'm really happy for you. Yes, you're going to feel so fulfilled, mind, body, and soul. Some of you guys are being called for fasting as well. Clarify. What else? Is there anything else? Yeah, you're going to have success with work. This is the promise, okay? So it's no more like literally the cards that were falling out were the Five of Wands, the Ten of Swords. These are all like treachery. Scorpionic energy as well, but treachery, that's over. And so they're saying like they fell out upside down. It's like you've healed that. And I'm telling you, when I'm telling you, and oh my God, it comes with the truth. When I'm telling you, whew, I can't make it up. You guys are so in your power right now because you were holding back. You decided how precious you were. You understood your worth. So the Strawberry Moon season has you reaping the rewards of that. And here's the pairing here. I can't make it up. The Ace of Swords is always the truth, right? What do we have? The Queen of Wands. This is you back in your power sexually. That's why you're wearing that sacral chakra belt, okay? And this is you back in your power with someone who is looking at you. I've been watching you, watching me, and I know you want it. I love this for you. This is also red. So listen, that red is about our root chakra that he's wearing. It's about passion, but it's also for career. So for those of you guys who are like, Monet, I'm celibate. I'm not even trying to be in all of that. Okay, fine. So you're going to be balancing your masculine and feminine energy as an alternate meaning here. So you're going to be creative, but also making money. And if you're in the metaphysical practices, you know that that's something that we struggle with, is knowing our worth and our value, as well as providing what we need to people that care for us or that need our services. So you're going to understand that. Also, look at how he's looking at you. Someone's stalking you, quite literally, with this lion energy. You're going to have sex, okay? I can't make it up. Look at the skirt she has on. It's the color orange, which is associated with the sacral chakra. A lovely color blend there of orange and red. This is our lower chakras, okay? So get outside and ground. Right now I have my feet in sand, okay? Y'all know I'm all of the things. And so when I say I walk my talk and I do it, I've talked to you guys about my grounding bucket. So I have my feet in sand as we speak, which is always so much fun to vacuum up. God bless my husband who did that recently for me, and the Dyson was full. Like, I want to show you, like, the Dyson was full of sand. It's not always practical, but that's not me. I'm not practical, but it is practical for my grounding and my energy, especially when I'm working at my desk so much with clients all day long. You know, I go outside for my little health walks and do my thing, but this grounding matters. So maybe that's something that some of you guys need to think about. If not, what did we say about travel? Get thee to a beach, my loves, or get thee to the mountains, or get thee to any place that's outside in God's country. Because when we clear our bottom chakras, especially in the strawberry season, which is associated with the color red, which is root chakra, which is grounding, family, money dynamics, how we take care of ourselves, you will be a better sexual partner when you are grounded. Look at her. She is manifesting. Look at her hand. It's fire. This is the Queen of Wands and the King King of Wands. This is associated with Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy. So even if you are not this, you will be embodying this in this season, as we saw with the cards of fertility and the runes that we were working with. So capitalize on this. Don't say I didn't tell you. It is coming up for you. It is no coincidence that they had me wear strawberries and be in red. Yes, it's theming, but there's a reason, because this is an energy that you're going to be imbued with. And this is a counterpart that balances you. So good sexy time, I do imbue for those of you. Now, not good sexy time, good career energy, good ideas, and ascension and a synergy, because you're balancing both sides. No one's walking over you. You're not too much in your feminine, and you're not being too much of a jerk in your masculine. You are creating beautifully, and that is the truth. All right, let's carry on to our last rune, and we're going to pull some romance angels and a divine door as well. The last rune, I can't make this up, is Jira. And here is the last rune for the day. And this is one of my wooden runes, okay? So this is the last rune for the day. And this is about yearly cycles. The key words here are years, seasons, the wheel of the year. So that would be the wheel of fortune. So if that comes out, that's very auspicious as I clarify it. Harvest, the harvest strawberry moon. I can't make it up, y'all. You see the word harvest here? Harvest. See if you can find harvest. You spy with your little eye the word harvest. Oh my gosh. Harvest. Cycles of life. Fruition. Year. Magical workings deal with fertility and abundance. Manifesting endeavors. Birthdays and anniversaries. It's your anniversary. Happy birthday to you. Birthdays, anniversaries. Wheel of the year rights. So they're asking me to talk about the fact that we all get a new year at our birthday. So no matter when your birthday is, that's a new year for you. So you have your new year. We have the Chinese New Year. We have our new year personally, okay? So, and if you're matching it up with any astrological events like a Saturn return or anything like that, it portends even more power. I'm going to be doing a video soon about Johnny being in his second Saturn return and all of the positive and negative lessons that came from that, because my God, was not a lesson learned. I can't wait for that video for you guys. You guys are going to really love that. I have been obsessively watching, because there have been so many powerful lessons there about being involved with a narcissist, about abandoning your divine feminine. He talks about his wife on the stand, Vanessa Paradis, and he's like, it's my wife. Well, she wasn't actually my wife, but she was my wife. It was a realization of a masculine who had downtrodden and tossed out his good woman for nothing but strife. And then he's like, man, I wish I could get back those parts of my life. That doesn't mean he won't move on. She moved on. She's married. That's also the promise for a lot of my divine feminines. You find your real person when someone tries you, like Johnny tried his wife. Anyway, message. That may be for someone out there that's wondering. Yeah, it gets better. It gets so much better. All right. So key phrases: the harvest at the end of the work. Remember what I said? That's enough. Enough is enough. During some part of this reading, it is finished. There is an ending here. So all of that spiritual warfare, all of that wandering, all of the sleepless nights, all of the battles, all the people sending you evil eye and wishing you unwell, it doesn't mean that that ends forever, but it means that pure hell is ceasing for you. It might be beginning for somebody else, but that has nothing to do with you. You have served your time in that army. So it's the end of harvest. The harvest at the end of the work. So literally reaping these sweet strawberries, right? And then you reap what you sow. This is going to be a hard lesson for some of those enemies that did come against you, for some of those Judases that tried it. You reap what you sow. Success requires effort. Life, death, and rebirth. This is very scorpionic. Building on past efforts. Work towards the future, the seasons of life, turning inspiration into reality. Guys, pardon me as we take a moment of refreshment. Let me tell you something. Wow, what a way to end. You reap what you sow. Okay, I'm being guided to do something here. Excuse me. They asked me to pull up a couple karma cards for people in your past that you are wondering what the karma will be. Now, guys, what do I always say? Karma is not about us becoming a vigilante. Karma is specifically what this card just said here. You reap what you sow. So if people were unkind to you, you know, I've told this story here before. My mother worked in the 80s in an office with predominantly Caucasian women, and they were incredibly vicious and pernicious. And we all know that inter-office work dynamics can be that. I don't know that it's relegated to white women, but she was surprised at the backbiter because she'd worked in the police force in her country for many years amongst female societies and, amongst men as well. And it just wasn't like that. Doesn't mean that there weren't personality issues in people, but she was like, this was a whole different level. And I'd always say, stand up for yourself. And because that's my calling in life. I incarnated to speak up for the underdog. And so God allowed me to be that for a lot of years and said, will you speak up for yourself first? Because how can you do it for them if you won't do it for you? So now that's not my problem. I definitely speak up. But I would, even as a kid, I would be like, Mom, you got to like say something. And she'd be like, no, you know what, Monette? One day they will reap what they sow. And I watched as things would happen to these heads of the hospitals that she worked at, or the affair would be discovered and someone would get fired or someone would get like physically maimed. Not things that we would wish on anybody, but if they were causing someone else pain, even if it was my mother for a season, they somehow always reaped it. So yes, there is a point to stand up for yourself and speak it, but there is something to be said for karma. For those who sow it, indeed reap it. Okay, let's clarify what's coming as karma for your past energies that were so hard for you to kind of process. One more. Let it come out on its own. Thank you. All right, so we have 5 cards, so we're going to take a quick look at this. Well, this is a smorgasbord of a reading, isn't it? Oh, boy. Well, I'm going to just put it up on the deck, and I'm going to read them to you, and then I'll show them to you. We have regrets, constant thoughts of sadness, disappointment, resentment, and loss. Someone has karma associated with a blonde, as this card here. And it's so funny. Look what's in the picture. Strawberries. I can't make it up. Strawberry milkshake. Can't make this ish up. Someone thought something was sweet and a treat. I'm hearing a folly ado, meaning, excuse me. Oh gosh. Pardon me. I'm drinking seltzer, but I have a very strong reaction to an energy like this that was in my life. So this is my energy is bleeding in here, but which is always expulsion and wanting to throw up. Whew. So now someone is throwing up. You know what's so funny? Oh, because in this card it looks like she was drooling. Yeah, anyway, someone like this may have caused you. This is so funny because I was just talking about the Caucasian women at my mom's office. So someone like this may have caused you problems, or someone that looks like this may have been an issue for you. One of the next card is STDs, reckless sexual behavior, accusations, humiliation, scares, stress, and consequences. The next card of karma is reversals. Ooh, that's my favorite part of karma, because people always think that you did something to them, especially if you work in this field and whatever, and we don't, because I know what it costs, I know how it comes back to you, and I know how it will like ruin you. So it's not something I recommend at all. But what I will tell you is you could hit a reversal on somebody, and a reversal is as simple as it's like the thing we all learned in preschool or grade school. I'm rubber, you're glue. It's that simple. It's nothing that you do. It's nothing that you write. There's no candles to light. It's literally just saying, whatever you sent to me will come back to you. The end. It's that simple. All right. But anyway, reversals, upside down, nothing works, hopelessness, extreme stress, everything's wrong, feeling like the world's against you. This will be karma for somebody that tried you. And I'm going to show you the cards. Egg on the face, having to eat your words, needing to apologize, backfired. I'm hearing needing to apologize but not able to. So for some of your guys' circumstances, there will be a situation from the last spiritual warfare that you went through where someone may want to apologize and they may need to, but the universe has blocked them, or their ancestors have blocked them, or they were so badly behaved that they don't ever got the opportunity to say anything to you. So that's crazy. Ashamed, plans. The plans that they bragged about failed. I do get a little delight out of that. A little schadenfreude, fascinating. Failed. Evil eye failed. Remember what I said about the evil eye? So that literally comes out. I love when I'm channeling and then it comes out on the cards. Setbacks, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, held back, no breaks, failures, and frustration. And the last karma card is reputation, ruin, negative impressions, gossip, ruin, and humiliation. So I'm going to show you what this looks like, because some of you guys need to see this so that you can understand that this was not, the universe saw what happened, okay? So take a good look. Take a good look at my face. Or not at my, oh, I'm hiding it too high. Holding it too high. Take a good look. Some of you guys just need to see that. We go through things and maybe you checked out. which is what I recommend to my clients all the time. Don't be in the trenches watching their karma because it's so toxic for you. I don't know anything about the persons that were evil to me. On the back of the card, this says just desserts. Indeed. Now, here's one thing that I will advertise to you guys. I have my website up. I'm going to link it below here. Once this gets put up properly, I will put it in. But it's evolvingwithmonette.com. If you click on and you see purple and moving manifestations and a unicorn at the bottom and me with blue hair, you found your way there. One of the readings that I have is called Judas is Just Desserts. I kind of joke with my friends and family that I created the Cheesecake Factory of menus regarding readings. And so, and it's so funny. Some of you guys have found me. There's one person I have to reach out to. I think is it Natalie, I believe. I'm going to reach out to you if you're watching this. There was a mix-up and a glitch because we were still working on fixing some things there. So I got you, boo. But in any case, I have met some of you guys have already booked me. I was like, how are they finding me? Because this isn't live the way I wanted it to be, but it is now officially that. We're out of retrograde, so I can announce it. So it's wonderful, and I want you guys to find me there. So if anybody is wanting to know specifically what's going on with the Judas in your life, we can do a full reading on that. But they asked me to kind of do a little segue here so that someone here watching needs to have some peace of mind. It's not going good for whoever it was. Now, you don't wish that on anybody, but listen, here's the funny thing. This is what they wished on you. That's the thing you need to know about karma. There's a couple of things. One, the area in your chart, which is your sixth house, I can't speak, or where your Saturn is, where Saturn or your sixth house sits, you will find the area of karma that will happen to your enemies. So wherever your Saturn is or wherever your sixth house is, that's where karma will happen to your enemies. So the sixth house is about work. And for me, the sign that it falls in is Virgo, which is really well aspected there. It's ruled by work. Saturn is not well aspected in Virgo, right? Saturn is a tough planet, but it's about lessons. So work and health specifically. So the persons that came against me would have a lot of issues with their health, mental health, emotional health, physical health, STDs, spiritually transmitted demons as well as actual sexual ones, but also keeping a job, having money, because when someone comes against you, your ancestry gets activated. Someone here needs to hear this. And what happens is, even if you think you are defenseless, you are not. It's almost like, you know how they say that some flowers and things are born and they have this like bitterness so that if the animal bites it, they spit it out, but that's helping to propagate, so they'll carry it somewhere else and they'll you know, it will propagate and grow somewhere else, and that's how the plant builds in itself to kind of go on and on. Your spiritual ancestry has a way of shutting things down. So if someone comes in and they're purposefully malicious, wanting to harm you, setting out to be hurtful, setting out to be cruel, the area where your sixth house is and where your Saturn is going to be the punishment and or the lesson. Since they were so determined to focus on you that way, that's the price they will have to pay. That doesn't mean that you're absent from it. So I have stomach issues, guys. You guys have heard me talk about that, all that stuff, right? So I still deal with my stuff, but my stuff is getting better every day. Meanwhile, back in the crazy farm, I imagine for the people that look like this card or that were on this card of regrets, it's not exactly going the same way. And that's because they purposely set out to do a thing. So it doesn't matter. Like, someone can gaslight you. We all are familiar with narcissists. And narcissists can gaslight you and be like, I did not do that. That's not what I meant. That was never my intention. And to that person in my life, and the many I've had, because hashtag we are light workers, so we will attract dark energies like that, I would be like, oh, okay. But then I would watch as their health or their jobs or their whatever would fall away. And that would be the proof in the pudding to me. You know, not that I needed it, because when you're diving deep into your spirituality, you just believe. You have to have faith, the grain of a mustard seed. But when I would see things happening to them, or they were having weird surgeries, or they were coming up with weird STDs, or strange things were happening, I'd be like, oh, wow, you did nothing to me? The survey says that's a lie. Okay, so anyway, that's what you need to know. So that is our karma cards. They said pull one angel card. You guys are getting a meaty reading tonight. I love it so much for you. Oh, the romance angels. That's what you're waiting for. All right, because yeah, there was a lot of love and sex. So let's take a look at the romance angels. So here's what we have coming up here. life force. I love this. When I say love and sex, you can't make it up. We have Serenos. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. I can't make it up. This is associated with Pan, which is associated in the tarot with the devil, which is Capricorn energy. Now, this is not evil. This is sexual and playful. Serenos is associated with this in other areas. And this is definitely sexual, playful energy. Serenos is kind of like flirty and body. It's like half stag, half man. If you had to look at the mythology of Serenos, young energy, very sexual energy, like a guy in his 20s, like that kind of energy, like go all night, that kind of energy, but also a practical joke, like broski, like college energy. So they're saying some of you guys need to get back to that energy. And getting outside is going to ground you to do that. And then we have charity, prayer and contemplation, connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Remember what I said about scripting in the chariot. So if you want to go somewhere, I want you to write it. I want you to script it. I want you to book it. I want you to do it within reason, okay? Within reason, within your finances, within your budget. But this is coming in and you're being rewarded for this. Your inner strength, all right? You were so strong. And what do they say here? You're moving back to wholeness. Recognize you have the power. And what was the card here that I love that talked about wholeness? So we low. We cannot make it up. I love when they do it. So you're moving back to wholeness. You see so we low right at the top? Wholeness, right? So we low is wholeness. That is the theme. And it is the sun. And then right here with Bridget, we're moving back to inner strength. Do you see that right there? And wholeness. Okay, so that's a double confirmation for you. And the last one here is the cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring during the strawberry moon. This is Horus, which is the bird of communication on other Greek mythology, or not Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, I believe. In any case, what I want you guys to understand is you have great sexual energy coming your way, and you have great energy for creation and business. I love Serenos. Look up Serenos. I'm going to put that back up here. Someone here needs to look this up. Look up the energy of that. It's very powerful. And that's something that came to me recently. Like, I was actually fascinated and I was drawn to this. I don't know if it was a candle or something. I didn't get it. It was just a picture that I saw. And my angels are like, you're going to be working with this energy of Serenos. So just understand that it's very lusty. It's a very lusty energy. Lust for life, passion for life, yeah. And not to be forgotten here, King of Cups. So you have someone that is both sexually interested but romantic and sweet coming in for you if sex is what you're wanting. Now, let's pull. Let's get to the good part. Let's get to the romance angels. I'm going to get to it. I'm getting to it. All right. I will clean up my mess after. Let's do one moon, ology, and then romance angels, I promise. Because I got to take a break. Woo. Surrender to the divine. Yeah, I love it. 2 cards here. Simple message. Dovetailing it out. Oh, 3 cards. One stuck to it. Woo, I love to see it. Prosperity lies ahead. This was what was stuck, and this is what was hidden. Prosperity lies ahead. Don't let your past hold you back. So this is your South Node. That's what we're talking about. Whoever is getting this karma could be holding you back. Because I'm going to tell you something. They don't want to let you go. They don't want to see you go. You were an energy plug for them. They were an energy vampire. They were draining you. You're gone. Now they're sad. And they're left with whoever this is. I'm like so captivated by this. Someone is left with someone who's like this. They thought it was fantastic. It was not. So someone is really unhappy about that. Surrender to the divine full moon. So on the 14th, the message here, because the 14th is going to be when we have our full strawberry moon. So I want you to surrender to the divine. I want you to release and write down and script what you want for that full moon and set it outside. Do your own little moon ritual in that way. Nothing that's too big, but definitely start to create what you want. If it's better sex, if it's a career, if it's partnership, if it's releasing of fear, if it's moving forward, create that, because the moon is going to support you and it's time for harvest. You will see it come to you within the next 7 months. You're going to make magic, all right? I promise you. Let's pull some romance angels and we'll finish up. How long? We've been here about an hour, all right? What do you want them to know, angels? I'm not getting anything organically. I'm not pulling it. All right, here we got one. Can I stop with the best? Can we get to the good part? Come on now. You know I love to see it. Soulmate. Yeah. Oh, look what it says. Yes, this is your soulmate. The crown chakra is beaten. Yes, this is your soulmate. Ooh, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past. See what I mean? There's a big thing about releasing the past. There's a big thing about doing the final unplug, do a cord cutting ceremony, let them go, let them go, let them go. Listen, I want to tell you guys something. Whoever you were romanticizing was not as good as you thought. They didn't like you. Actually, they were competing with you. And if they were a divine counterpart, this is what you were getting from them. Beyond the karma that they were getting for being terrible, this is what you were getting from them. You were getting 5 of Swords, which is purposeful hurt. That's hurt people hurt people. That's purposeful mind games and manipulation. And then this is the part that I couldn't tolerate. This is a breadcrumbing. The Knight of Pentacles. This is someone who was taking their sweet ass time, holding you in limbo while they played with everything in the world, and they didn't want to give you whatever it was that you were supposed to get. Because a lot of us here are divine feminines, and we have a mission. And in order to have a mission, you have a partner that you would execute that with. And you were provided with that. Remember your trusty steeds coming in. And it's not a coincidence. And it's like not a haphazard thing. It's not some fairy tale you're telling yourself. You were supposed to be in partnership for some of you. Not everybody. Not everybody wants that. Not everybody subscribes to that. Okay? We all have our own ministry. But for those of you that resonate with it, you know exactly what I'm saying. You thrive in it to some degree. And that person was purposely withholding and like taking their time, thinking they were on a trusty steed, they're on a squirrel, taking their time, gathering up all your energy nuts and all of the, and meaning that, like, having sex with you, robbing you, energetically robbing you, emotionally, financially, in every way to take it to someone else, a bunch of squirrels that were hating from the sidelines and giving them terrible advice, and then ruining your life as long as you let them. So you have to learn what you needed to learn. That's the diving deep with the Hangman. If you're still here and you remember what I talked about earlier, get the lesson. You have the halo now. There's nothing you have to go back to. They weren't that good. They were never going to provide for you. They were never going to travel with you. They were never going to be your good whatever. They were never going to sex you properly. They don't even probably know how to really have sex. You were probably sexing them. You were the sexy. Does that make sense, y'all? A lot of you guys have pedestalized and idolized them. As soon as I took that person off the pedestal and I realized how lackluster her whole entire existence was and how little she offered, I was like, oh, that's so sad. I'm sad. Not in any mean way anymore. It was just like, oh, there was nothing there. Poof, it was an illusion that I created because I knew that partnership was right for me, but I kept trying to make her be that. And I think everybody can find what's right for them. Also, radical message here, don't hate me. Wish for them love. Wish for them a partnership where they're happy with someone. I know you're like, what? But they did this to me. I know, baby. I know what they did to you. I know because I've had it done to me. And I still prayed for that girl. And I wish for her to be happy. And find the right bestie, partnership, lovership, polyamorship. I was seeking none of all of those things. But she was. And I said, angels, make her path clear. And let her heart be free. Let her be happy with the person. Ooh, girl, this is Amber Heard, whose dog stepped on a bee. My dog stepped on a bee? She wanted to be happy with her Amber Heard. She got her. Got him. We are powerful. Even narcissists are powerful. Even narcissists manifest their wildest dreams. She wanted to be with someone whose dog stepped on a bee. She indeed does. I set her free. I wanted her to be happy. I don't say it with any like, be happy with her. It's kind of funny to me, but it means that I was set free. I was happy she was in love. I was happy that she was in whatever she was in. Because she'll have to answer for the malicious energy that was in her heart to me. But doesn't everybody deserve to have a partner, even if for them, if it's one with an STD? Somebody's partner, somebody's ex, that's why they wanted you to stay away too. They said that someone gave someone an STD purposely just to keep them away from you. That's what I just heard. I don't know that that's my situation per se, but I heard that someone purposely infected someone just to make them like tainted goods, like on some Oz. If you guys watch Oz, the prison drama from back in the day that used to be on HBO with Chris Maloney, like on some of that level-ish, okay? So, like, message. Anyway, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic connection and attraction here. So, chemistry is here. Calling in your soulmate. And let me get one more. And then we're going to wrap this for the night. Oh, we have a divine door as well. Oh, it's the reading that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Ooh. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations, okay? So it could be interracial, it could be same sex, it could be across the continent, it could be long distance, it could be someone you meet on the internet, it could be someone that likes hiking, but you're really into knitting. Like, just keep an open mind, okay? Uh, mm, 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 mm. And we end with the very beginning. A very good place to start. Yeah, they really want you to let go of your ex. Please, please, please let go of your ex. I'm getting release your ex. It's coming up so strong here. Release your stinking ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So do some more cord cutting. Men, the last 3 cards are the promise to you once you release your ex. We have retreat. So this is that honeymoon that we're talking about that is created by this moon. The strawberry moon is a honeymoon. It's time to disconnect from the world. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I love that for you. And then passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. This is Serenos. This is that lusty passion. Okay. So that's what I have here for you. We're going to do one divine door, and then I'm going to get out of here. Take a break, and I'll be back. All right. So what is a divine door? I love these because it's quite literally like a little door. It's so cute. Can you pass it up? Divine door. What do they need to know? Ooh, I'm attracted to this one because it was orange right away. So we'll take that one for sure. And what else? Let one come out on its own. And this one did. One more. All right. So the Odyssey came out on its own. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore in the wonder like a gypsy traveler odyssey. I can't make this stuff up. This reminds me of a door like in the Parisian countryside. These are doors that I walked under, so I love that. Listen, guys, literally open the door to the Odyssey. That's what they're calling you to do. They're saying open the door to the Odyssey. Travel becomes you. It is time to travel. You'll travel with this partner too. And then I have patience. It came out upside down. Everything still will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. It came out upside down. I don't think you have to be patient anymore. I think the time is now. I think you are now moving into the season of things having come to the light. I think you understand exactly what happened, and I think you don't have to be patient anymore. And then silent scale. I challenge you to unpack your mind in meditation's grace. The soul can unwind. Breathe in and breathe out. Let go of doubt. Fascinating. The last card here is about you not believing everything I just said. But here's a card that they showed me, the 6 of Wands. It's a guarantee that you will have success. This is my card of success. This is also Leo energy. So this is August. So by August specifically, some of you guys will be seeing real success in your career or love departments. For the romance angel cards that I just pulled, you will absolutely have love. You will absolutely have love, okay? Love is coming in for you. Love is already here for you. Remember I said the patience card came out upside down. You no longer have to wait for this to come in. It is now yours. Let the sinning in the best way begin. Sharonos energy, all right? Sin, sin, sin. Good sex. Good sex. It makes you better, too. And release that ex. Release that old boo. Let them be happy with the person that they chose that wasn't you. It was not a rejection in the way you thought. It was protection of you because they knew. They knew better. It's what I heard. And it was a challenge and a test. And not everybody always passed their test. And maybe in the next lifetime, they'll be better than the rest. But in this lifetime, you get great sex. You get a partner. You get a companion. You get travel. You get someone who values you. You get this Queen of Pentacles. You get to sit pretty and be in divine feminine energy with your business booming, with your life booming, with your lover booming, your lovers, whatever you're doing. Hey, let me stay out of your business, but it's coming to you, but you have to let go, okay? I promise you. And when you let go, because they can feel you. That's what you guys need to know. Some of you guys have very resistant energetic exes. Maybe you're not talking to them, but they're resistant energetically. I totally experienced that. I think my angels allow me to know what that would feel like so that I could counsel you. I still cut it off all the time, okay? On my Etsy shop, not yet linked to my website, you will be able to buy salt dhort kits, okay? So I have them, and we will be getting those out to you. So if you need a salt divorce kit, that will be made available to you very shortly, because sometimes we just need someone to walk us through and hold us in it. And mine work beautifully. They're really good. All right. I love you guys. Come back and join me next time. Oh, let me see what I have here for messages. Yo, is this a group reading? Yes, this was for the collective, and I'll put that up in the title when I load it. I believe so. Spiritually transmitted demons. Girl, I never, or boy, whoever you are, I never lied. It's a thing. It is a real thing. And let me explain that. When you notice that your partner starts to behave differently and they start to be really mean to you, and someone that you've known for years and years starts acting like crazy, they literally are having energy transference. It's a very real thing. We will become like the people we spend time around. In the Bible, they said that uh, Saul prophesied when he was around prophets, even though that was not his gifting, because we all have specific giftings, and you will prophesy when you are around prophets. My best friend and I have different gifts, but our gifts rub off on each other because we spend a lot of time around each other. She has gifts of clear channeling and mediumship, and while people's parents come through for me and people's stuff comes through for me, my gifting has become better being around her. Her gifting regarding following her intuition and all the work that I do has become better being around me. It is, so that's the positive, right? So that's positive when we're around a good influence and a good human. Now the same is true for negative. So if you're around negative people, the same will be true. You will start to rub off on them. And for a lot of us that went through really terrible disconnections, the guys, the organization, you see the Virgo in me, I have to link to it while we're together. For a lot of us that had really terrible disconnections, one of the things that we experienced was that somebody was taking on the traits of somebody else and we couldn't figure it out. Maybe the new supply, whoever they were triangulating you with. And it's so funny because, yeah, the spiritually transmitted demons, I was like, I don't even want you touching me at all. I don't even want anything to do with you, because I don't want that energy on me. Because even if I wasn't having full sex with that person, I was still subject to sharing the energy from that person. And I was having it happen. And I was having all kinds of emotions and feelings that were not mine. And as an empath, that's why I highly recommend that you understand who you are, where the sidewalk begins and ends for you. Because sometimes you will be under a spiritual attack and you'll be like, oh, is this me? Is something wrong with me? And it has nothing to do with you. You're cleaning somebody else's energy. And if you're in a divine masculine or feminine connection, someone will use you purposely to clean the energy, because being with whomever they're with, they're out of alignment with. So they might have some woundings that match up. Like, let's say they're both drug addicts, or let's say they both come from households of abuse or whatever. So they may have some things that match up. And so it will feel good at first, just like Johnny Depp specifically. He, on a soul level, sought out Amber Heard to heal the injury from his mother, who was abusive. So it doesn't matter. And so that's why I also say divest. You guys hear me say that, and I've had so many letters from people that are like, it's so mean. It's like, you never loved your person. I, of course, love my person, but you cannot, but fortunately, thank God I had the education metaphysically that I do. You cannot fight the tide of a soulmate that comes through. There is a great video up here from a woman named, it's like Guides and Goals by Ndula. She's a younger black woman, or maybe she's in her 20s or 30s. I can't place her, but she's beautiful, and she does all kinds of spiritual work. But she has a video about third parties and why they're necessary for you to have. Now you think, oh my God, I don't think so, and I'm not into polyamory, and that's crazy. No, not for you just to be polyamorous, but the third party comes in to teach a lesson maybe that you couldn't teach. I want you guys to think about how soft your heart may have been for your exes, right? Whether they were a narcissist, a divine masculine, a divine feminine, you name it, you fill in the blank. I don't know your story fully, but whatever they were, you were probably being a doormat. You're probably being too sweet. You're probably giving them so much love that they were bored. Because what do we know about masculine energy? It has to hunt, it has to chase, it has to propose, it has to do things. It has to do things in order. It doesn't mean that you have to always be like in that state. It just means that for whatever reason, they were breadcrumbing you because you were giving them chase. You were like so loving. So it reminds me of the Pepe Le Pew. Like, my angels had me look at it from a different end, where I was the person that was like, I love you and hold you and squeeze you forever. Well, that, and what do we watch in that Pepe Le Pew, where Pepe Le Pew's a skunk, if any of you guys remember those cartoons, and whoever he was holding and loving and squeezing forever, first of all, he stunk, right? So I'm not saying we stink, but desperation does stink. Codependency stinks. Stage 5 clear energy stinks. If you love your masculine so much that he's like trying to squirm away from you as you're holding him, which is exactly what happens. That third party comes in, and maybe they're alluring, like Amber. Maybe they're naked in the trailer. Maybe they're violating and breaking the rules. Maybe they're not as conservative as you, or maybe they're more conservative than you. Whatever you are, they will become. But it's a test to see how dumb they are. Now, if you could ask Johnny, would he go back in time in a second and get back with his wife who he wouldn't marry when he gave Amber a wedding immediately? So many of you guys write me and say, it's crazy. I was with somebody for this many years and then they went with the next person and immediately gave them everything because we taught them how to do that, one. But two, it's because that was the life lesson and soul lesson for you and also for them. Would Johnny do that again? Never. Will Johnny be more cautious the next time he dates somebody? Yes. Will Johnny probably get a partner that loves him? Yes, because he did the heavy lifting of working through his karma. He had to do the shadow work. And so a third party will come in and make you do the shadow work. Those sexually transmitted demons happen with the third party. So that now the person has to do the work because they have attachments to them and entities. A lot of you guys were taken away, like airlifted out of your situation. You thought it was a punishment to you. You thought, oh my God, what did I do? Why did you punish me like this, God? It was my person. I've been fighting in the trenches. It's because you would have been like a dialysis machine and you would have cleaned them. And God did not want that. He was like, they've used you so much. They've talked about you terribly. You have no idea how they disrespected you. And if I was in my person's life, I would have done the same. I would have cleaned her. And she was using me to do it anyway. So there would be calls that would come where she would be like, oh, you're such a wonderful person and you understand loyalty and you would never betray me. Like, she was literally walking through the trauma of whatever was being foisted against her or towards her from the person that was her Amber Turd. And so every night I was cleaning that for a lot of time. And I could tell immediately when they had a fight, even though she thought I was oblivious, because I would be cleaning it. And then it got to the point where I was starting to feel things and feel emotions that aren't organic for me. And I knew, because I've talked to you guys about it, it was the person's energy. She was a Scorpio. And so I knew that I was getting energy transference in the lower vibration from that energy. Fortunately for me, I happen to be a nerd. So I studied, I got it, I figured out the lesson, and then I was like, I will not be taken by your Amber Turd. And the same thing was true for Vanessa. Vanessa begged Johnny, don't do this, don't leave. Don't go. I've loved you. I know you're having a midlife crisis. Like, I get it. Go do this thing, but don't leave me for real. And he was like, nope, toodaloo, out of here. And then Vanessa was married within a year. Oh, I promise you, Johnny wishes he could go back. Because Johnny's now aged. You see, when you get with a narcissist and you get with an Amber Turd, they will suck the life out of you. Amber looked radiant when they were together. Johnny was aging rapidly. So yeah, he can pull anybody he wants to, but he is not the same Johnny. Look at Johnny when he was in the Rum Diaries versus today. Amber literally sucked the life out of him. Sexually transmitted demons came his way. And if you are dealing with a person that's doing that, they might lie to you. My person definitely wanted to keep me around because she wanted me to clean her energy. She wanted me to love her. She wanted me as a safety net. She didn't love me. She wasn't invested in me. She wasn't invested in our friendship to any degree. But she wanted me as a safety net to make sure that whoever her Amber Heard wasn't going to drain her totally. But yeah, we make our choices. And my angel said, we set you free. And they sent me, my person, who actually did want to be my friend and was kind and sweet and fulfilled a lot of those things that other person wouldn't do. So I got a third party too, but it didn't happen in the same way. It wasn't treacherous, and in fact I was pushing it away and I was acting crazy because I didn't understand. But my angels were like, no, it's never been about her. She was always supposed to treat you terribly and you were always supposed to move on expeditiously. And so I can sit here and teach to you today after going through years of drama and pain and tears and all the things, right? I did my shadow work with it. Fortunately, the tears was only the first couple months, thank God. But I did my shadow work with it. I spoke the truth. I cleared it out. I taught you. I met you. I'm so happy about that. But yeah, sexually transmitted demons are a thing. And that's why I say stop being in the trenches trying to fight and like save them. Because when you do that, you are now taking on the energy. And I'll tell you this, a third party who's not evolved, Amber Heard loves an enemy. If you can't see it from the trial, if you didn't watch it, she loves an adversary. She loves someone to fight against. She loves word salads. The third party loves that too. They may not be bright, but they will try to manipulate you. There's a great video that just popped up in my feed, and I think it may be for you. I'll put it in my community page. It's I think it's like the 12 traits of a female narcissist, and one of them is competition, breaking up other people's relationships, and all of the rest of it. There's like several that are similar, but it's all what I was experiencing. So someone will come in, they may not even want what you have. Like, they may not even like your person, but they want to know that they're better than you, to take your person and have them focus on you. And that's something that they will do, and they will do it with glee. And as soon as you're out of the ring, they're bored. Really. They're not interested because it's not fun anymore. You know, that's why I say step out of that triangulation. A lot of you guys are like, no, I'm never leaving. Unclench your hands, and I promise you, you get your woman or your man, and they will love the shit out of you. And they'll be like, wow, where have you been all my life? And I know that because look at Vanessa Perry. She's married to a multimillionaire too. She didn't get any slouch. She didn't go get some busboy that was sitting on somebody's couch. No offense to any busboy anywhere. I have been there. But she didn't get that. She got a high caliber man who valued her immediately and didn't make her wait 14 years to get a ring to be Mrs. Johnny when he gave it to Amber Turd immediately, and she was worth nothing. She deserved nothing, she was worth nothing, and she cost him everything. Almost right until the end here, his reputation. And cost him things he can never get back. It reminds me of the preschool lesson. When you put kids in timeout, or you take away a privilege because they were acting out, and they might come to you and say, Miss Moya, I'm sorry, can we like try that again? And I'll say, sorry buddy, we're going to try it again the next day. You don't get to go do the playtime, you don't get to reconcile this thing today, because you have to understand the grown-up way. Johnny doesn't get back Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, that relationship is severed because Amber lodged those egregious, alleged, you know, and cast aspersions and wrote that op-ed and did the whole thing, and they walked away from him. He now is older. He's aged. He looks different. Also, they said, well, you're not going to work with you. He said, I'm not going to work with you. Now it's a contentious situation. A karmic third-party partner will cost your partner something they can't ever get back, no matter how much they want to. It might be you that they want to get back. It'll never happen. Or it might be their reputation or the opportunity like that. Does that mean Johnny won't ever make another movie? Does that mean he won't move on and have another partner? Of course he will. But there was something that was precious that he actually wanted that is taken from him, and that is the bitter pill that you swallow when you get in bed with people with spiritual STDs. Message. All right. I love you guys so much. So good to share energy with you. Come back and join me next time, and we will continue to evolve together.